Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to make a Halloween, well, I was going to say fall, but it's really just a Halloween wreath. And I'm going to be using the pattern papers that I've chosen on the left. I found this wreath mold form, I guess you call it a form, at AC Moore. It's an 8-inch, which is really small, and that's what I wanted. I've seen these wreaths on the internet, but none for Halloween. And I wanted to make a wreath for our niece who's going away to college next year for Halloween, so that she'd have something fun to decorate her door with. So I thought we would start with these really cute papers. The papers I got at Joanns, and again the wreath form at AC Moore. The wreath form was, I think, $2 maybe in that area, and the papers right now, I think their papers are on sale at Joanns, 10 for $2, so it's a good time to buy some. I cut my papers. I cut off that little end strip on 12-inch by 12-inch scrapbook paper, and I cut them in 1.5-inch strips because that's what they showed on the internet. And I'm going to slide these over just a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to line the papers up with each other. Hopefully you can see that, so that they're exactly at the end, like that. And then we're going to use some art glitter glue, and I'm using this because it adheres quickly, and I know I'll be able to get a good bond. And as you know, I'm on my mission for the world's greatest wet glue, and so far this is the one that I think has been the contender for the one that is the best as far as durability, just all the way around. It really has worked well for me, and I want to make sure that I glue it as close to that edge as I possibly can. And I have a little sheet here. I'm working on a silicone mat, and I have some baby wipes, just so that I can wipe off any excess glue as I do it. And this paper is the back of that, so I know that it will match well. And I want to overlap them a lot, well, enough that they look right together. And I'm making sure that they're matched up on the ends like that before I glue them. You see how really as close, well, overlapped as I possibly can be with the one beside it. And I'm making sure that I don't end up with glue under it if I can avoid it. And it's going to be a banner wreath in the end, so these edges will have that banner look to them, and we'll do that at the very end. It's not something you want to do at this stage, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. I'm not excited about this paper because it's very, very thin, and I'm not sure if it's going to make me really happy as I do this, because you know when it's really thin like that, you're just going to go, oh geez, is it going to hold up? Obviously these aren't going to be wreaths you're going to put outside, and they're also not going to be ones you're going to want to put anywhere where it's damp, like in a bathroom. I wouldn't even put it in a kitchen or anywhere where, you just don't want it anywhere where it's going to end up getting wet, or anywhere where the paper will be able to wilt. You don't want your paper wilting. And I cut 4 strips of each. I wasn't sure how many I would need. I didn't think I'd need that many. I didn't overlap that enough. I'm going to have to open it up a little bit. That's the other thing I like about a wet glue, is it gives you the opportunity to move it a little bit. And hopefully it won't rip. Then my next one is this one. I think I said I was concerned about this one because it's not one that's double-sided, so it's not nearly as strong as the other ones. So I am a little concerned about that, and I don't want it to be a problem for me. and that's why I'm kind of, I'm thinking these things through as I do it. This is my first run through. I didn't want to make one off camera and then, I didn't need 2 wreaths, so I didn't want to make a second one. Does that make sense? I think it should. Then this one I already had in my stash, and I thought it would add a little bit of glittery pizzazz to my project. So that's why I'm going with it. And I'm starting to see that one. It doesn't want to overlap as much as I need it to. I guess you can wiggle them a little bit while you're doing it. I want to really hold those in place because I don't want to have any of my wire showing. Obviously that's not a good thing, having that wire exposed. Let me get it as far over this way. Now when they showed it, I was thinking their wreath form was bigger than mine, but I thought that would work to an advantage that my wreath form was smaller. And maybe that was not a good idea. I mean, maybe it's not the smartest plan. I thought it was at the time, but it just seems like as I'm doing it, it just seems like it's not looking as good as I want it to. Let's hope as this keeps going that it starts to appeal to me more, because right now it's kind of funky looking. I am going to be putting a decoration in the center as well, so that it doesn't just look weird in the middle. Hopefully that's the goal. As in all things, we don't want it to look weird. Okay. And I'm trying to make sure that my glue goes all the way to the wreath form. Make sure that it's, it's really well protected. And now this is my first, well, 4 was way more than I needed. This is my overlap of my first piece. I did do 6, which was probably more than I should have done, as 6 different patterns, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure that it looked really interesting, and I was afraid if I just did like maybe 3 that I wouldn't have enough interest, maybe. I don't know what I thought. I don't know why I went with 6 with a really little wreath, but then again, you never know why you do the things you do, right? Sometimes my plans are just poor. Okay. Next step is this one with the stripe. And I'm going to move it back so that we can do our ends. I want to show you the different ways you can do that. The first thing you can do is you can make a template where you've cut, can you see that, where you've cut the banner? And then you can lay it on there and take your scissors. I decided I would go with my Tim Holtz because they'll cut through anything. And again, we're going to line it up on there. And I'm going to have to turn it sideways. Okay, let me take that out. And then I'm going to cut that side, the right side, all the way to the spot on the left so that we have it correct in the middle. I didn't love that system, but that is one you can do. Another one you can do is just kind of eyeball it, and you just snip in the middle and then snip the two sides. But I think what I'm going to do, I got a new punch. Okay, I was going to try using the punch that I got, but that didn't seem to work because I can't get it to go in far enough. So what I'm going to do instead is, I had to stand up because I can't get a good angle otherwise, and I'm just kind of, I don't think it matters if it's super duper even, so I'm just kind of going around and deciding for myself where the center is and cutting into the center and just kind of making it my own. That way it's not completely perfect, but I like it because it's completely my own. That's it then. Hold on, let me move everything out of the way, all the dirt, and I'll be right back. I moved my papers away from the green form, and I slid a piece of this twine, or no, it's called embroidery thread, I think, through there. I doubled it over, and I thought what I would do is kind of run it through the loop like that, and then make a knot on the top of it as close as I can down to the base, just so that I have a piece that's pretty sturdy that she can tie it from. And if she wants to make it, tie it shorter, she can, but I wanted to make it kind of long enough that she would be able to find the hole, and also so you can see it, hopefully you can see it right there. You see it in between those pieces right there. So she should be able to at least hang it. That's plan A. Make sure you can hang it. So I took this row of stars that I had, and I thought I would kind of glue them in a half circle into the center here, but I think that's still maybe not too long. Let me glue the right side on and see where I end up with the left side, and see if I need to do anything more. Hold that down for a second. Okay, then I'm going to glue this side on. Well, the other side came off a little bit. Take some of that off. Hide some of that. My goal here is to have them in kind of an arc, a little bit of an arc, but still be not too far off the center. I'll put that on that side. Whoops. That right there. And then I have some spiders, and I thought I'd put the spiders on this side. I think I decided against my bow. It just wasn't screaming my name after I got it where I wanted it. It just looked kind of weird. So I thought I would do like 3 spiders instead, and hopefully those will be enough to make it look kind of cute. It's going to be hard for me to show you this like all in one frame because it is pretty big. Well, it's not huge, but I think in the end it's probably maybe 14 inches across, maybe more than that. Our spiders are on. Well, I found these in my stash. They're from Stampin' Up, and they are a spider web doily. So I stuck one of those in the back, and I'll show you that in just a second. I thought what I would do is kind of do a zoom in of every piece of it so you really can see it clearly. Hopefully I don't wobble it too much because I'm holding it in my hand. So it's kind of hard to get this in frame so you can see the whole thing, but that's what it looks like laying down. I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a thumbs up. I hope Ashton likes it too, and I hope she gives it a thumbs up. I hope you'll tell your friends about me on social media and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.